journalist, this is Natalie from NK Design. Welcome to another video tutorial. I absolutely adore how this one turned out, so I'm going to replicate something similar. I've already prepped my page with masking tape and gesso. I'm now adhering my own stamped tissue paper with Liquitex matte medium. I have bought a new medium that I want to try out. It's from Atelier and it's a molding paste, and you will see me using it in a minute. It has a consistency of like a very stiff meringue, and it's also, the color is quite similar, it's quite glossy, it's beautiful to use. And I'm using it here with the Crafters Workshop stencil belief script, and also later the fish scales, and both are the 6x6 stencils. I also want some more rough looking texture, not just the beautiful perfect texture through the stencils. So I'm using my palette knife and distribute some of the molding paste around the page. Once I've dried that thoroughly with my heat gun, I take out my Ceramcoat black paint and a brush and distribute some of it on the page, and then wipe it off again with a baby wipe. You can see where there is no gesso on the page that the stain is darker, and I really like the way it looks. I'm now adding white paint and decide, I want to remove a little bit of the black on the inside. So I do that with a baby wipe and then add white color just to knock back a little bit of the busy background. Now let me zoom in. Check out this gorgeous texture. Isn't it beautiful? I absolutely love it. I can't stop touching it with my fingers. Okay, time to add some color. I'm using acrylic inks by Daler-Rowney. I use the middle colored blue first, drop a few droplets onto the page, then spray it with water and just let it run. And because I'm very impatient, I am drying off a little bit of the ink with a paper towel. Once that layer is thoroughly dry with the heat gun, I am using white acrylic ink. And I do the same thing over and over again with the white, the dark blue and the middle blue, just to add some layers. I don't know about you, but I find there's something very satisfying about dropping ink, diluting it with water and then just letting it drip. It's so much fun. Usually around Remembrance Day I am drawn to drawing some poppies. So this is what I'm doing here. I've taken a Liquitex red acrylic ink and an orange, and then draw or drip some rough flowers. I use a very fine brush to make it into the shape that I'm happy with. For the dark heart in the middle, I am using a sepia tone. It's not as harsh as black, and I really like how it turns out. I'm then using a fine pen nib to scratch some of the brown paint into the red. Let me zoom in so that you can see how I manipulate the ink, and I even tilt the page a little bit so that it flows in the direction I am happy with. For the stems I'm using two different shades of green, and again I'm using a fine brush to mix the colors a little bit and then go in with my fine nib pen to create the hairs that you know the stems of the poppy flowers have. I'm also adding some flower buds, and as you will notice, I do the bud, then do another one, and once the first bud is dry I add the stem, because I don't want to have the ink flow into the bud when I draw the stems on it. Now that I'm happy with those, I use black mixed Media Inks and a blending tool to create the black edge. I have printed out some words on our laser printer and I've cut them out, and now I'm adhering them to the page with Liquitex matte medium. With the black Pitt artist pen, I outline the words so that they stand out a little bit better from the background. And then I add my date stamp and I call this page done. If you have enjoyed watching this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. I see you next time. Until then, happy arting!